Chantez le père, chantez la mère, chantez la sœur et le frère, chantez famille.
Now I'd like to welcome you to another video on beekeeping, and in this video it's quite windy here today, and in this video we're going to have a look at how to make a bait hive, and that's what I'm sitting on at the moment. I'm going to go into quite a lot of details on this one. Before that, I wanted to show you this beekeeping book, a seasonal guide, and it's by Ron Brown. Highly recommended. It's a new release, so check that out. Also, another thing, I wanted to give out a shout out to M.I. Gardener, his name is Luke, and he's got great gardening videos. It's just his birthday actually recently, so go and maybe wish him a happy birthday. Now, before I go into the whole bait hive thing, I wanted to share with you a kind of an experience that I had and how I actually got into beekeeping in the first place. And that was and it's related to bait hives as well. What I did is I bought a hive, several hives actually, from a beekeeper who was going to Spain, and I didn't get any bees with it. So what I did is I placed them in a location, and within like a month or so I had a colony of bees within that box, and I had placed about 8 of these hives, and these were full of honey and full of old comb. And within another 2 months I actually had all 8 of them full with bees, like really big colonies. It was amazing to see. I was really happy. It was quite a extraordinary way to get into beekeeping. Now, within about 2 months more, somebody called me up to collect a swarm out of the garden, so I actually ended up with 9 colonies of bees in my first year of beekeeping. So, you know, that's an amazing way to start beekeeping. So I just wanted to kind of maybe introduce you as a gardener more into beekeeping, because I believe we need to have bees back in the world. They're dying out. They're keystone species, very important for gardeners. So please tell all your gardening friends, show them this video or something, or just kind of get into beekeeping yourself and introduce your friends, gardening friends in your local area into beekeeping. Is so important. Anyway, we'll have a look at this hive, and this is going to be our bait hive. Let me just put that over there. Let me just take you maybe a bit closer. Now, first of all, I wanted to show you what a bait hive looks like. It looks just exactly the same as an ordinary hive. In fact, that's why it works so well, is because what you're doing is you're providing your bees with a ready-made home with drawn out kind of foundation. You're giving them comb, you're giving them a bit of honey. Now, if you haven't got this set up, you can still get a swarm of bees by just providing them with a space that is larger than 40 litres. You have to do that because a swarm of bees won't go into a nucleus. Like, I've tried nucleus hives, I've tried smaller kind of things, they don't go in there. If it's this size, they will go into it. Like, I've seen bees go into spaces like that you wouldn't believe. Like, for instance, under a roof, the height was only something like 10 centimeters, and of course the capacity was over 40 liters, but they can go into any. I've seen them go into kind of plastic compost bins and dust bins and things like that, and I've taken them out of there. But this is actually what you want to try and give them. Now, another thing as well is what you can do is you can take out, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 12 here. That means that I can actually make 6 bait hives out of this, because by just adding 2 frames, and your chances don't really reduce that much by just adding 2, I find that the empty space seems to attract them even more. So by just doing that, you can actually make way more kind of these kind of bait hives. Also what you can do is, if you catch a swarm, and this is very important, make sure that you replace this hive within 2 days. And the reason for that is because what happens is the scout bees who originally had found this kind of location, this hive, will then you know, that hive will actually give off a secondary swarm, and your chances increase even more to catch another swarm in the same location. Make sure to take the original hive away, more than of course 3 kilometers, otherwise you're going to run into trouble. The bees are going to find their way back. Most of them might die, they might join the hive as well, but just take it away more than maybe 3 kilometers and you're away. Now there's a few more things that you can do as well. Place your colony, your bait hive upwind, somewhere higher than the actual colony you're trying to get the swarm off. Make sure to treat them against varroa once you have them every year as well. Use Apigard, which is a natural treatment, so that's a really good way to get rid of the varroa. Make sure to involve your community, tell your gardening friends, get them involved in beekeeping, and have lots of fun. I hope you really enjoy the beekeeping. I hope you get into it. Now, I hope you enjoyed the clip. If you liked this video and it was helpful to you, please subscribe, and also please like the page if you saw this on Facebook.